Hello everyone, how are you today? I hope you're having a great time as usual. For those who don't know me yet, my name is Christina and I created this channel, Christ English, because I want to help you. I want to help every one of you to become the best of yourselves. By doing that, I want to share with you my experience since I moved to England, my journey to fluency and my personal, professional, physical change that happened in the past few years. If you haven't subscribed yet, just click on the subscription button, and if you'd like to hear notifications when I upload a new video, just click on the bell button. And also you can find me on my social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. It will be really helpful if you give it a thumbs up and you share this video, because today I wanted to talk to you about something as simple as doing things by yourself. We live in a world where we tend to look for people to start doing things, from very simple things such as going to the gym or going for a drink or to the cinema, to doing a little bit more stuff such as going maybe on holidays or traveling by yourself. A lot of people are very conscious and very insecure when doing things on their own, and they always depend on others. A long time ago, not just after I made a lifestyle change, I've always been very independent in that way, and I've always been the kind of person who never would stop doing something just because no one is following her. I understand some people will think, oh, but going, for example, on a trip or something by yourself, isn't it boring? Isn't it depressing that you don't have anyone to talk to, you don't have anyone to go with you or to do things? From my experience, and I'm going to show you a couple of situations when I've done things on my own, sometimes it's even better. And I believe there is nothing better than living the life that you want to live by doing the things on your own and following your own steps. Even if the things don't go as planned. And I believe that changed the year I moved to England. I had been on a long-term relationship for almost 5 years, and we became very monotonous. Before I met him, I had so many plans. I wanted to go to America, I wanted to go to the UK, I wanted to travel as much as I could because I was doing English, and I was always thinking, oh my gosh, I'd love to travel to the places where, the languages are spoken. And I postponed everything because he wasn't very confident, and I became quite lazy in that way. So when we broke up, I decided to move to England. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and I moved to a country where the language that I was studying was spoken. And I do not regret any single bit. I didn't know absolutely anyone when I moved in, and it was really scary at first. But let me tell you something, I do not want to go back and change any single bit of what I experienced in this almost 7 years. So, considering that, I'm gonna give you 2 more examples on how I've managed to do things by myself. The first one is related to traveling. Obviously, I traveled to England by myself. I've been to other countries by myself as well. But I'm never scared to traveling by myself. What I've done as well while I was here in England was traveling around different places and going out on the weekend or going out just for a day trip. One of them, I will always remember it. I will tell you about the stories that I've lived when sharing houses. I think I've said something about it. I experienced very hard and difficult situations, and I managed to go through all that. When I finally settled in London and I created like a routine, I decided that I wanted to travel and to do a day trip. I wanted to go to Bath and Stonehenge. If you haven't been there yet and you live in England, you definitely need to go there. It's really beautiful, and I can tell you, you will never regret. It's just that I needed to experience, to enjoy, to to have that moment for myself. And yes, I asked people if they wanted to come in. So I took a voucher. It was a day trip to Bath and Stonehenge, and I went there. I went by myself, and I can tell you, I had the best experience of my life. It was the first time, apart from going to London by myself, the first time that I was going without anyone, and I spent the whole day by myself. I didn't even bother to socialize. Why? Because I was just enjoying. I was just going here and there, and I didn't need anyone to follow, or anyone was following me, or anyone was arguing like, should we go here? No, I want to go there. No, I don't want to go there. I want to go here. It's just something that at the end of the day, you are experiencing the moment where you don't have to argue with anyone, and you take your own decisions. So if you say, I want to go through this road, you just go through that road, and that's it. You don't need to argue with anybody. Like, for example, last year, one of my best friends is living in Ireland. And last time I was in Ireland was when I was 19, 20 years old. So I have really beautiful memories from that trip. I went by myself on the first time, and I met a lot of students, because it was like a student exchange kind of thing with the university in Spain. And the second time I went because I wanted to go visit my friend. However, because she was working and she was going to spend most of the time at her workplace, I decided that I wanted to do things by myself. So I took a trip to the cliffs of Moher. I visited Galway. I visited other places as well. I went to the cliffs of Moher just because I loved that place. I thought it was amazing. And I did all that by myself. Why? Because I love traveling. I love the nature. I love my own company, believe it or not. I enjoy doing things that I love doing. And the second example is a very simple one. And at the beginning, I was very scared. It's about going to concerts, to gigs. At the beginning, I was like, if I go with someone, I'll feel more safe. The first one I did by myself, I got a pick, and I got so excited because it was one of my favorite bands when I was a teenager, and I was so excited. Like, I just went back in time and enjoyed it. I didn't actually need anyone around me to enjoy the music. So I had so much fun that I didn't realize that the show was finished. And that was the first one, but not the only one. I've done so many of them by myself just because I enjoy the music, and I enjoy live music as well. And you shouldn't be afraid of doing that. I thought it was going to be scary. And do you know what? I had so much fun. And I got into a mosh pit once. I got pushed, and there was a few guys who helped me to stand up again. So they still were quite nice. So come on, don't get scared of doing things that you want to do just because you're doing it by yourself. So the conclusion of this, is it a bad thing to do things by yourself? Obviously, as you can see, not at all. You need to understand that doing things by yourself isn't a bad thing. When you're studying, when you are traveling, when you are working, even when you are doing, I don't know, the groceries, it's not a bad thing. It's just something that you need to understand is part of your life, and the only person who needs to be happy is yourself. So you need to make yourself happy. If going to a gig because you like that band makes you happy, just book the tickets and go. If going to this country makes you happy just because you want to travel, because you want to see the different cultures and everything, just book the tickets and go. Don't expect or don't wait for anyone to do the same things as you want to do, because not everyone is going to agree with you. Not everyone is going to be following you. And I'm not saying that having people around you is a bad thing. I believe it's always good. We are social and we need to socialize. And I don't think either that you should be following, or people should be following you all the time. I'm just saying that you need to start learning on how to enjoy your own company. And I was the kind of person who was always postponing and always complaining, always making excuses that I can't do this or I can do that, until I just couldn't take it anymore. And I decided that, look, I have the money, I have the time, I'm just gonna do it. And that's it. I don't need to give any reasons, that I don't need to explain why I enjoy this and why I'm doing it. I don't have to justify my actions to you just because you can't come with me. I don't want to wait, and I think it's unnecessary, to be honest. So, what do I get from all this? I believe, from what I experienced, the best things that have ever happened to me is when I've done things spontaneously. I've met great people. I've experienced so many different situations where I enjoyed every single second of it, and I don't regret taking the decision of doing things on my own. So do the things that you want to do and start enjoying your life. And I believe that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you like to hear notifications when I upload a new video, click on the bell button, subscribe to my channel. And I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram, Twitter and Facebook. If you have any comments, if you have any suggestions, I'll be more than happy to hear. Have a wonderful week, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.